Good day. In a recent video, which my colleague Alex Christoforou and I did on the Duran, I discussed the way in which the United States, or to be precise, the new administration, has been putting pressure on Britain and specifically on Boris Johnson's government to re-engage with the European Union by abiding by the Northern Ireland Protocol, which keeps the British province of Northern Ireland within the European single market, and also apparently to rejoin the European regulatory structure with respect to agricultural products before the United States would agree to a free trade agreement with Britain. I discussed over the course of that programme the immense difficulties this would cause for Boris Johnson were he to agree to such demands, and the fact that if he were to agree to such demands, his career as British Prime Minister would not last very long, and that it was highly likely that the British government itself would find itself in very serious political difficulties. Well, we have now had, over the last couple of hours, Boris Johnson's response to all this pressure which has been coming to him from the Americans, but which has also been coming to him from the Europeans as well. I say the Europeans because Johnson had a meeting with President Macron of France, who supposedly urged Johnson to keep his word and honour his Brexit commitments, code for abiding by the EU's interpretation of the Northern Ireland Protocol. And also it seems that Johnson has had similar difficult meetings with Angela Merkel, the German Chancellor, and with Ursula von der Leyen, the EU Commission President. And surprise, Mr. Šefčovič, the EU's Trade Commissioner, has also been weighing in on this issue and has also been pushing the British to abide by the EU's interpretation of the Northern Ireland Protocol and, in effect, to take steps towards the Europeans, leading perhaps ultimately, as the Biden administration appears to want, to some reconstruction of the trade arrangements, the European single market arrangements, in effect, between Britain and the EU. Anyway, all of this pressure has provoked from Johnson a very strong series of public statements. And here are some of the things he said. If the protocol continues to be applied in the way that it has been, then we will obviously not hesitate to invoke Article 16. I've talked to some of our friends here today who do seem to misunderstand that the United Kingdom is a single country, a single territory. I just need to get that into their heads. I think that what our friends have also understood is that it's the prime duty of the British government to uphold the territorial integrity of the United Kingdom. Now, Article 16, which is what Johnson is referring to, is an article in the withdrawal agreement between Britain and the EU, whereby, in the event that the Northern Ireland Protocol causes economic, societal, or environmental difficulties, one or other country, one or other party, Britain or the EU, is entitled unilaterally to revoke it. The EU, for its part, by the way, has been threatening to punish Britain, including by imposing trade sanctions, if Johnson does invoke Article 16 in that way. So it looks as if we are heading for an impasse, perhaps as quickly as next month. Johnson is standing his ground. He is rejecting or resisting American and EU pressure, both on the Northern Ireland Protocol and I am sure on EU regulation of agricultural products. And we could very well see a full breakdown in British EU relations come as quickly as next month. If the Biden administration thought that the pressure they were applying upon the British, pressure which extended to a rebuke by the acting US ambassador to the United Kingdom, made to the British government's Brexit minister, Lord Frost, back on 3rd June 2021, if the US government thought that applying pressure on Britain on this issue would achieve a positive result for the United States, pushing Britain back towards the EU, then it is clear that, at least for the time being, it has badly miscalculated. I'm going to make a further point. It seems to me that this entire situation has in fact been largely caused by blundering mistakes on the part of the Biden administration. In this quarrel between the EU and Britain, the United States should have stayed out. It was completely misconceived of the United States to side with the EU in this very public and prominent way. Not only has that raised British hackles, but it has caused the EU, for its part, to dig in and to make further demands of Britain in the expectation that the EU will get American support. As I have said on many occasions, Boris Johnson's position as Prime Minister is entirely due to his success in getting Brexit done. Were there no Brexit, it is all but inconceivable that Boris Johnson would today be Britain's Prime Minister. Indeed, if there had not been a Brexit, it's highly likely that the British Prime Minister at this time would have been a Labour figure, most probably the former Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn. Now, for Johnson to retreat on this issue is for him politically impossible. It is also, in my opinion, politically impossible for the Conservative government to retreat on this issue. Precisely because the Conservative government and Johnson are taking such a strong position on Brexit, their political position in Britain remains solid despite multiple criticism of them on many other issues. Indeed, as of the time of this video, more opinion polls have appeared which show that the gap between Conservative and Labour is actually growing, as Labour still seems to incline towards taking a strong an anti-Brexit line. So the Americans, the Biden administration, seemingly oblivious to this reality, is taking on Johnson on an issue like this, in which, frankly, for political reasons, he cannot retreat. It was a major political miscalculation, but I'm going to say it straight away. It was not the only one that this administration has made. I've just done another video in which I've discussed how the Biden administration appears to be approaching the forthcoming summit meeting with President Putin of Russia with a threat or warning of more action of a sanctions nature against Russia pending unless Russia starts to distance itself from China, and with a bribe to Russia in the form of offers to join an infrastructure program if the Russians do as the United States wants. This extraordinarily coercive diplomacy, trying to force countries like Russia and now Britain to take the American line through a mixture of threats and bribes, threats and in Britain's case, the bribe of a trade agreement, in order to get them to trade away their fundamental positions, is completely misconceived. In the case of Russia, one can at least say that Russia is a US adversary. In the case of Britain, on the contrary, Britain has been the US's oldest and most reliable ally in Europe, at least since the Second World War. For the United States to be treating Britain in this way is therefore utterly misconceived, and if pursued further, can only create tensions between two allies where there should be none. Thank you for joining me for this program on this subject. Please make sure that you join me for future programs, both on this channel and on our main channel, the Duran, where I do programs with my colleague and friend, Alex Christoforou. Please also remember to check out Alex's channel and to check us out on our other platforms, BitChute, Odyssey, SuperU, and Locals. And please also, to the extent that you can, support us via PayPal, Patreon, and Subscribestar. Also, don't forget to go to our Discord server and to check out our shop and to see the wonderful things that we offer there, our famous magic mugs, our Duran shirts, our hoodies, our hats, our sweatshirts, and all the rest. And last but not least, please check your subscription to this channel and remember to press the like button if you like this video. And thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to you joining me in future programs, and have a wonderful day until then.